morning, everybody. Welcome to episode 3 of SIDE CHATZ. My God, 2 episodes have gone by in a fly. We had 2 amazing guests. Today, we have an amazing guest who actually created coffee without coffee beans. And Singapore has been raving about it. So we are very excited to have him on board today. That being said, with no further ado, can we have Jake? Please come on in. Jake, come on in. Let's go. Jake's here. Jake, what's up, Jake? How are you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for coming to the show, man.
My pleasure.
All right, awesome. So, Jake, it's a very, very simple routine, which we might like or dislike. Basically, what we're going to do is going to get into the ice bath. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. We're going to have some fun, hopefully. And yeah, you ready?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Let's go. All right, just over here. Just grab a seat.
All right.
You done an ice bath before?
This is my second one ever. Last time I saw Demon, so we'll see how this goes.
All right. How you feeling so far?
I'm all right.
You all right? Okay, cool. Well, thank you for coming to the show, Jake.
Absolutely.
Very happy to have you. So first question is, tell us a bit about yourself and tell us about Prefer Coffee.
Yeah, happily. So yeah, I'm Jake Berber, co-founder and CEO of Prefer.
Very nice.
At Prefer, we make coffee without using coffee beans to future-proof coffee from the threat of climate change.
Wow.
So instead of using coffee beans, we use fermentation to create coffee's flavors from bread, soy, and barley. And then we roast it and grind it up. And the end result is a ground coffee that we distribute to a bunch of the cafes around here in Singapore. We're in around 20 cafes now. In addition, we have a oat latte that we cold brew that we retail currently through Salad Stop and a few others like cold storage as well. And yeah, we also have a coffee concentrate that we distribute to bars for them to make coffee cocktails. So we'll be launching in a lot of bars in the next month or so. So
wow.
Yeah, I'll be announcing all those on our socials soon.
Awesome, soon. If somebody wants to grab hold of your coffee right now, where is the easiest accessible place to get your coffee?
It's essentially where we are near New Chinatown is 64 Club Street.
Okay.
Also, there's a nice place called Dough in Chimes, which is also
very nice.
Central as well.
Awesome. Guys, you know where to get some of his amazing coffee without coffee beans. That being said, we jump on to our first question. So first question is, success and failure are on the same road. Failure is an earlier exit. Based on your experience, what are 2 failures that we all can learn from in startups?
Yeah, so I think that, I know a bunch of people in very early stage startups, and I think that one problem that a lot of them run into is that they actually start working on a product before they're actually very clear about a problem. So they're actually working on a solution seeking a problem, whereas it really should go and vice versa. Like it really seek problems, ask questions, try to understand what people are struggling with. Like by people, I mean companies, consumers, whoever your customer is. And then from that feedback, work backwards and make a product from there.
Nice.
I see too many times people are just like, I think this is cool, and other people will too. But in my opinion, that's the backwards philosophy on how to sort of start something. So that's just getting going. And then once you do have something, I think actually we've had to have some learnings over the last couple of years of companies going too fast. So that means too many countries, hiring too fast, too many products, just focusing on remembering what the actual product problem is that you're solving, and focusing and doubling down on the small set of consumers where that problem is the worst, and just focusing on that one step at a time.
Awesome.
So I think a bunch of people raised a ton of money and went through it super fast, and we're seeing a lot of shutdowns. So I hope that we can all learn from that and be a little bit smarter in our growth strategies.
Thank you so much. That is great advice. I'm on the same page as you are. Yes. So I guess that's a very business analysis perceived question. I think the second question is something about mental well-being. So what we're going to do before that is we're going to get in a little. We're going to swiggle. So Jake, you ready to get? Oh man, it feels everything.
We're going to back. What do you say? Deep breathe.
Long, deep, slow breaths.
6.5 hours later.
Okay, we're okay. All right.
Okay.
So next question. 3 things: youth, free time, and money. If you had to pick 2, what would it be, or what would they be, and why?
Wow. Okay. So to answer your question directly, it would be youth and free time. But I want to double click on why.
Okay.
So personally, I believe that the two pillars I try to do everything on or remember is to be having fun and learning a lot.
Got it.
I believe that the best work is done from that. You enjoy the best life from that. That's really the base of how I try to live. So with free time, you have the opportunity to learn more. You have more opportunity to explore curiosities.
Got it.
And with youth, you generally just have more fun.
That's true.
And so I sort of think that in turn, that will lead to money because you sort of work harder, do better work, etc. So I would definitely pick youth and time.
Thank you so much. Well, very, very well explained. Before we get into a very interesting question that the last founder left you, of course, we're doing an ice bath, so we got to get some of our parts in. When I mean that is we're going to get our shoulders in. So if you want to squeeze down a little. All right. So,
yeah. Wim Hof.
Breathe.
Don't tell me now.
Okay. So Daniel Hopwood from Arbitrage Trade, I am saying it well. Arbitrage Trade left you a question. The question was, what was the last thing you changed about either something related to business or your lifestyle or a routine, and why? And how did that affect you?
Okay. So every morning for years now, since I was 16, so for 10 years plus now, I've actually done a gratitude journal in the morning.
Oh, wow.
Nothing that takes too much time, nothing too hippie, but just 3 things. Usually takes around 5 minutes. But recently I've actually been less consistent in that. I've been getting bored, maybe is not the right word, but I've just maybe been, less disciplined about it.
Okay.
But I live with 3 other startup founders. And
Oh, wow.
I know that we each have a lot of ups and downs in our lives, so it's good to be grateful together. So we've actually started doing in the morning 3 things that we're each grateful for and saying it out loud rather than writing it down. So that's been something that's actually been really helpful. And while I don't have like a log of all of it written down anywhere, just like it's been really connecting to the people around me and hearing other people's gratitude rather than just focusing on myself has actually helped me to be more grateful myself. So that's been big.
That's amazing, man. Thank you so much. That being said, we would like you to leave a question for the next founder that is coming on the show. What would your question be?
Okay. So my question to the next founder is, what is the best question that you've ever received and why?
All right. That is a great question. Next founder, what is the best question that you have ever received and why? That being said, thank you so much, Jake, for coming by.
You.
Hey guys, get some preferred coffee, do the world a favor, and have a great week. Woo! All right.
Thank you so much.